Good morning. I am, to be honest, I don't actually have a huge amount to say. I am just basically coming on to introduce the February vlog. January was really good, really productive. I hope it was for you too. It just felt so long. So yeah, not got a huge amount to say, other than I say so much. I've gotten so much better with not saying like, but is now, I've just replaced like with M. So I need to make a conscious effort to try and avoid saying it because it's not a good look. Anyway, I am just going a walk. My tenant's moving in and I just want to have a wee look at the flat. I am also going to get a coffee, and yeah, I also just want to say I got the Contacts T2 and I couldn't recommend it more. So I'm so chuffed with it. But yeah, anyway, this is a bit of a pointless video. It was more just to kind of come on and welcome you to the vlog. I have a really nice month ahead, so I'll take you along for February. Anyway, bye! I'm loving having this chair to be able to go like this, to go back on it. But yeah, I don't actually think that I've got much to say, to be honest. I'm very tired. Today I had session 28 of phototherapy and of 35. I need to wash my hair tonight, but let me just quickly show you at one stage where I was at with my skin, because it is kind of hard to believe. Just trigger warning. That's one. That's two. Not good. So yeah, I get scared looking at them. Oh, also my teeth are making progress, so that's exciting. You can see here. Thanks, Moz.
What? This is
Yeah. Oh, obviously I'll be having that one.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Whoa. Updated portfolio and CVs and things, so I'll upload a little snippet of that. And also I've been working quite a bit on my website, which has been good. Molly and I went to Barvinny on Saturday evening with Jodie and Robbie, which was really lovely. Had such a nice evening. And yeah, and just Sunday, what did we do? We went to the West End. We've kind of got into a bit of a routine. West End. Oh, you saw that actually. That's out of context sausage roll, which I was talking about in the January vlog if you saw it. But anyway, really nice. And then went home, did some work, and also did some website stuff last night and just tweaking things. And anyway, so yeah, got a nice week ahead. I've got my dermatology appointment basically with the consultants across Scotland to present my case, and then they'll all discuss the case and then sort of feed it back to my current consultant. So I've created a presentation for that. I initially had a 100-page document with detailing everything, which is not really very coherent or comprehensive. That's what I was looking for, comprehensive. So I've condensed it down to 15 pages, and I'll take that to the hospital on Thursday. Really looking forward to it, actually. I think it's not often that you can be in this position. or I mean, if you were, it would be thousands of pounds. So I want to be, or I am, as prepared as I possibly can be for it. I've printed off a few of the documents to also take with me, but they acknowledged that they received the email copy, so that's good. And yeah, just got other bits and bobs this week. But yeah, feeling really good. Looking forward to February. I feel like January was very much just laying the foundations for the year, and February is year of the horse. So it's onwards and upwards. I want to also quickly show you these. Really cool cold wash cargo pants that I got from Buxton. Actually inspired, having watched Killing Eve. I saw her in cargos and I was like, she looks so sick in those. Not saying that I look sick in these, but you know, we're trying. But anyway, I think that's it, to be honest. I'm kind of rambling. Yeah, and the scarf that I showed you yesterday as well, that was also Buxton. You can see that there's a theme. I feel like their clothes are very, very gender fluid, or maybe it's just because I'm more tomboy, getting back into my tomboy roots. But yeah, anyway, I hope that you're having a nice start to the year, or to February, sorry, should I say. And yeah, I don't really think there's much else. If you haven't been to Barvinny, I definitely would recommend it. And yeah, if you haven't checked out my website, then please check it out. Well, you don't need to. That's just me. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, tomorrow I am meeting up with Carla, my cousin. She studies medicine in Orkney, so it'll be nice to see her. And I've got a pair of jeans arriving, and then I'm going to do a February haul, which has kind of been January, February. And yeah, and then got a nice day ahead, and then Saturday we're going to Prima Facie, which I've mentioned so many times, and that'll be nice. And Sunday we're going out for Molly's dad's retirement dinner. So I look very tired, but I'm currently which is probably a good thing, at the hospital now, about to go in for the appointment. Got my good luck ring on. But yeah, I will see you when I'm out. And I've just got my cargos on to match the vibe. Look like I've just been at military camp, so, or just camp, I suppose. Bye. So I have just come on to give a quick synopsis of how that went. So there was 5 patients, each to discuss their own condition. I was put in a room, and I'll put a picture up here. And so I got out my laptop and my documents. So I was all set up, pen, paper. And what happened was that a group of dermatologists would come into the room at one time. So, you know, one woman came in on her own, and then another woman came in, and then about 10 dermatologists came in. So at one point I had like maybe 14 dermatologists at one time. Then they left, and then another group of like 5 came in, they left, and then another group of 3 came in, they left, and then a group of 2. So I probably saw about 25 dermatologists. I didn't actually count. But I kind of got into the flow. It was quite difficult, or I tried basically to, you know, I'd be in the middle of the presentation, and then more dermatologists would come in, so I kind of have to stop and start and try and give context to the dermatologist that just came in the room and blah blah blah. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see. And then I printed off those documents, so I made sure that I got them to Dr. Torley so that she could hand them out, so that they had them to refer to. And quite a few of the dermatologists said, well done in your presentations. They said that was so helpful. Anyway, so feeling good. It was quite full on just because it was back to back, and yeah, just a lot of people in the room at one time. And I clocked the thermostat, and it was 24 degrees in the room. And I was like, my skin's good at the moment. I'm just having a big hot flush because the room is 24 degrees. But anyway, yeah, feeling good. And yeah, hopefully it just adds to their research. But yeah, peace, bye. Where are we going, mums?
Edinburgh
Why are we going?
to see Jodie Comer.
Yeah, we're going to... Well, in fact, I've actually mentioned this a couple of times on the vlog about how excited I am, but now it's happening. So yeah, we're driving through to Edinburgh because Moz used to live here. She knows good places to park.
I know all the good places.
She knows all the good places, so otherwise we wouldn't be driving.
I actually wanted to get the train, but...
Well, yeah, it just means that we can have other stuff. But do you remember that time we went to Edinburgh and we drove through the centre to try and get a parking space, and how stressful it was?
Oh yeah, we like, fell out.
We did fall out big time.
Yeah, we did. It was awful.
Very awful. Anyway, we digress. But we're doing the matinee performance, so that's at 3. So before we're going to go to the Milkman, which is a coffee shop you found, or you know about.
Very popular.
Very popular, and get some food maybe somewhere, go to the show, and then we're going to the Outsider, which I'm excited about.
Woo!
It's a shame, it's a bit of a bleak day, but we're not going to let that stop us.
No.
So the outfit is probably very not appropriate,
But that's alright.
but that's okay. But we're very excited to see Jodie in the flesh.
That sounds quite strange.
No, just to see her performing live is a very surreal experience.
See ya!
Oh, okay, we didn't take any videos of the Milkman or a coffee, but we got a ceramics. Molly got me a hee. Yeah.
Come here often. Fantastic.
Unreal.
Let's try some.
Yeah. Damn it! Damn it! Dream mode activated.
Dream mode activated.
So I've just quickly jumped on to give a very brief update about Edinburgh. So I think just because I kind of very, very quickly just ended the vlog. So we had an amazing time. Prima facie was absolutely unbelievable. It was just, I can't quite wrap my head around the fact that Jodie Comer does that 6 times a week. I felt absolutely exhausted because it's really emotional and so heavy at the end of it. And I mean, she had to do it again 2 hours later and again for another month, and has already done it for, months. She did it in London, which Molly and I went to see, and then she did it in New York, but for months. Yeah, anyway, absolutely amazing. The food at the Outsider, sorry to move so quickly on, but the food at the Outsider was beautiful, so I would highly recommend there if you haven't been. That was Molly's find. I think I mentioned that she went to uni there, so that's somewhere that she used to go, but fab. Yeah, and then we just came home, got home around 11, and then yesterday we had such a nice day. I went out a walk and then met up with my friend Connor, who I mentioned before, at his office, and got a couple of cards from him and like modelling cards, because I've seen quite a few people who I found really striking. Not that I'm a model scout by any means, but I do have an eye for people. So anyway, it just makes it easier for me to approach people, to give them something, than me just trying to explain the situation, and at least it gives it some credibility. Then after that, we went to Molly's dad's retirement lunch at Crab Shack, which was fantastic. The food was so good. And then we went back to their house and had tea and cake and stuff, which was really nice. And then today, being Monday, Molly and I went out a walk, went through Shawlands, I got some tulips, we got a coffee from Burnfield Bakery, which is so nice. The people that work there are so nice. I do find some coffee shops I've struggled in the past with just the vibes. I think people are just kind of thinking that they're too cool to work there, which I don't particularly rate. So I would highly recommend Burnfield Bakery for fantastic coffee and also just a really nice atmosphere. Then we got, they gave us a free pastry. We had an amazing cookie, walked home, had gyozas. If you haven't had the Itsu gyozas, the only place we found them is Tesco, but I'm sure you can get them in lots of places. They're absolutely unreal. Again, I'll include a picture because I think they're $4.50. You get 8 gyozas, and also sorry for I'm mispronouncing that. But it's just such a good snack. We share them, so we have 4 each. But to be honest, sometimes I have all 8 for my lunch. But anyway, this is too much detail. Anyway, came home and yeah, I've just been recording some videos, but feeling good. Looking forward to the week ahead. Very relaxed today. I also definitely think I'm hormonal because I'm feeling a bit exhausted. Just being a woman. So yeah, let me quickly show you. In fact, let me remove all my notes here. So yeah, let me spin you around. This is my current setup. Really nice. Just very zen vibes. Those do look a little, I'm sure these will be straight. I just don't think that vase is possibly tall enough. But anyway, and then I've got all my wee funny things down here. They make me so happy when I see them, but I don't actually like them being at my windowsill. It's unreal. This is a Cole Buxton hold all. Definitely Birkin inspired, but so nice. It smells so beautiful. Italian leather. I'm rambling and I need to just get on with my bits, so I'm going to peace out and get on with my life. I was just recording a video there for something else, and as you can see, I'm wearing this little mic, and I realised that it wasn't, the microphone wasn't on. I've already sent it, but it's fine. You can still hear the sound, but obviously it just sounds like audio, not through a microphone. So it doesn't sound great. Anyway, that is by the by. So yeah, back on track. I just feel, as I say, there's nothing monumental that's kind of happened or changed. In fact, let me just start again. So yeah, I was going to sort of go through a list of positive things that have happened this week, but I realise I don't actually want it to come across as showy off in any way, or oh, this is what I'm doing or what I'm up to, because also I feel like when you say things out loud, they always end up falling through anyway. And I've just learned from past experience of kind of being rejected to absolutely everything, or getting 99% of the way somewhere and then it falling through, that the best thing to do is just keep quiet. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, at least it gives me a lot of hope for the future and excitement. My plan today is I just did this application there, and I'm going to the dentist today to get my IPR, which I mentioned in the previous episode. Before I get put in my new Invisalign tray, I need to sort of shave in between the teeth, not on top of them. This will be good for your first Instagram post. But I actually prefer recording at my desk. I think just, having watched videos back and clips, the wind is really dementing in these videos, and I'm sure as a listener you also feel the same way, so I'll keep this one really brief. I've just come on, I might redo this, to say that this is the first day where it hasn't rained, so that's amazing. The next thing is just generally, similarly to yesterday, just feeling really good, really positive, which is fab. Just like lots of nice wee things have happened recently that's just kind of given me the confirmation that I'm on the right track. Nothing monumental, but just nice things that are reassuring, so that's good. I have got some new things. Hi there. Oh, he was so cute. Got some new things, just the desk and the chair, and it's made me feel so productive. Oh, that's a lovely light. It made me feel so, I think I'm literally standing right in the sun. Yeah, so things that have made me feel really productive, so I've jumped on the bandwagon of that in the hope that it will also increase my productivity, and got a couple of Penko bits, which is a Japanese brand, or I think it's an American brand but made in Japan. Just like, what did I get? Scissors, measuring tape, and what was the other thing? Scissors, and a tape dispenser. But yeah, I will include pictures of that. It sounds so boring, but I'm so excited because I also got a little desk organiser thing that all those bits will go in, and then I'll put my business card and my new brat card, which I'll upload a picture. It's just a silly thing that they've done with A24 for the upcoming movie. Anyway, I need to put my hands away because it's so cold. Bye! I just want to quickly give you a bit of context. So I'm going to put a couple of videos now in. Basically, today is Valentine's Day, and I have had a really nice day. In the morning, I saw my friend Georgia, which was lovely. We hung out for a bit. It was so cold. I think it was minus something, but anyway, really cold. Also on a side, I am on my period and hormonal. To be honest, I don't think there'll be any or many men that watch this, so I feel very comfortable. Not that it should be an issue, but anyway, that being said, my skin just feels a bit irritated. And I initially thought this was eczema, but I don't know if it's a bit of a spot, but yeah, there's just bits going on. I mean, it could be a lot worse, but anyway, I digress. So yeah, saw Georgia. We went a big walk. It was lovely. She treated me to a coffee. Again, Burnfield Bakery, so good. And the miso cookie from there is insane. So if you live in Glasgow, you have to go to Burnfield Bakery. Anyway, so we did that. And then we were looking after a friend of both of ours. I will show you why I'm laughing in a second. A friend of ours' dog. It's a new puppy. She's called Birdie, and she's so adorable. And I'll insert a couple of clips, but I don't know. I'm yet to find out if she's been taught to sit yet and to, like stop at the road and go. But I'm sure she has. Oh wait, I have to show you this. Look, how cute. That's her. Oh, she's a wee sweetheart. She is so cute. Yeah. That's adorable. Oh. She is so sweet. Molly and I were looking after today because Molly's friend, is in Edinburgh for the rugby. And anyway, Molly got the dog in the West End, then came over to the south side with the dog, but was just a bit too worried about the dog being in the house because it is young and very bitey and, etc. Anyway, sorry, I digress because they're both watching me on FaceTime. Anyway, so Molly went back to the West End with the dog and I stayed here. I just needed to wash my hair and just feel a bit more put together because I felt I was beginning to feel so gross. Anyway, and I am going to go down and cook, which will be nice. I just got ramen. I was going to get a dine-in for two from Mark's, but I felt a bit sad getting a dine-in for two and just eating half of it myself because Molly's in the West End. So anyway, I got a ramen instead, Quelle surprise. So yeah, and let me just quickly show you, this was the card that Molly got me for Valentines, which is very sweet. Oh, it's because it's tracking my face. Anyway, so there we go. And then these lovely tulips. I'm such a fan of tulips. Really nice. I think they're from Stocks and Stems, but yeah, I think that's everything. I was just going to see, tomorrow we are going to see Wuthering Heights, and I've got to return something at the shops for my mum. But you know, other than that, I don't think we've got any plans, which is so nice. I feel like I just need a minute to myself. So I'm very looking forward to Sunday. But anyway, that's all from me. Peace. Bye. So I have just come on very quickly to, sorry, there's so much reflection in my face, to talk about Wuthering Heights. Molly and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I think Emerald Fennell, who directed it, who did Saltburn, is fantastic. I think she's got such a singular vision, and I think what I really like is seeing someone whose style and whose voice is so clear throughout the work that they produce is fantastic. Like her tone of voice, I think just her artistry is so clear, and I think that shows such confidence in someone's ability and their artistic output. So I loved it. I thought Margot Robbie was fantastic, as was Jacob Elordi. I thought their performances were amazing, and I just really appreciated it for what it was, and I wasn't, drawing comparisons to the book because I knew it was her take on the book and her version of the story. So for me, I don't, it's not, the intention is not to replicate something. Therefore, I just think I see it in its own right, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought that the visuals were amazing, and the set design and the costumes, and I think just the world building of it was amazing. And I was really just captivated by the story and the world and the characterization, and I thought it was really funny. I thought the character of Isabella was fantastic. I thought she would have been such a fun role to play. But yeah, I really just came on to actually say how much I loved the movie. Today is the Chinese New Year, so it's officially the year of the horse. So if you're into any of these things, it's basically a very good year, and it's the end of the year of the snake, which was all about shedding, etc. It's also Pancake Tuesday, so I've got pancakes, which I'm looking forward to make. And today was also my 33rd session for phototherapy. So that's that. I've got 2 more. I've got one on Thursday and I've got one on Tuesday. And then that's me. So that's quite exciting. We an appointment in Gartnavel Hospital. First time here, hopefully the last. But it's a wee bit spooky booze. It's for my anaphylactic appointment.
Are you the respiratory clinic?
No, anaphylactic.
Oh, right.
Well, at least I've got a wee bit of itch going on.
Cough.
Respiratory, no. Okay, clinic. Right, where's clinic 5? Allergy clinic. Oh, that's me.
Please take a seat.
That's
And
it.
you ask us then. Oh no.
Oh, you ask at reception. Oh, I meant to say
Hello.
it's 7:30 at night, PM. So random though. It's like, this is the spookiest hospital I've ever been to. Tuesday clinic. Oh yeah, obviously it's not the doctor that said in my letter I'd get. It's Dr. Lee or Dr. Ross. Clinic 5. In fact, I probably shouldn't put people's names, should I?
No.
But this is not where you want to spend your Wednesday night, or really any night. Now I realise I'm living in luxury with Queen Elizabeth. It's just scary. Bye. Have you got anything to say, Moz, about my...
No, but take a seat quickly because it's busy.
Oh, God, just as well we
You don't
booked a
wanna
seat.
You don't want to miss your slot. Your appointment.
I'm currently en route to get my blood taken, which I absolutely hate. So I think the last video I did was when I was at the other hospital, and the guy said, okay, so we'll take your bloods now, and I was basically just like, nope, sorry, I'm not prepared for that, and I'm just so not good at giving blood, or getting my blood taken. Anyway, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm trying to stay calm. So it's the hospital that I'm going to is walkable from my house, which is great. So yeah, I'm trying not to get too panicked. It is what it is. I just had a really bad experience as a kid, and it's just triggered me ever since. But anyway, I'm brave, and I want to get to the bottom of maybe something else going on with my skin other than just eczema and possible urticaria, but maybe there's some underlying things going on, which they will run lots of tests on my blood, so that's promising. And in other news, Moz and I are going to see Ray this evening, so that's very exciting. So yeah, I'll take a wee video there. And what else? I've got some ceramics arriving today and just working on some projects, so yeah, all exciting. Okay, I'll come back on after I've got my bloods taken. Oh, thank you very much, that's been man letting me go. Okay, so unsuccessful. That was pretty unpleasant experience. So I went to the hospital, went into the first room, and it was a chair in the middle of the room. And usually I lie down, so there was a whole faff because the chair wouldn't like recline properly, and then it was hitting the wall, and then the feet couldn't, come up in the chair. So I was like, it was just really awkward. So I was like, look, and because I don't ever touch wood faint, but I have been very close to it when I get it done, and it makes me feel super nauseous, and I like go white. Anyway, so I was like, is there any chance we can just get a room with a bed? So eventually there's a lot of faff back and forth. She's like tapping my veins and blah. Oh, it makes me sick thinking about it. She puts the needle in, and then I was like, is there anything coming? And she's like, nope. She was really nice though. She was a really nice nurse, and she tried her best, and she was equally frustrated. And then I said, look, just try the other arm. Anyway, and she was like, I'm going to see if there are any veins I could use. She was like, no. Anyway, so it's just I'm just a bit disappointed. I just saw The Moment, that was directed by Aidan Zamiri, which I think I've mentioned, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was very, very funny. And to be honest, the overriding thing was funny, and I could relate to a lot of the different types, albeit it was predominantly within the music industry. Well, it was the music industry. It was still very much touched on a lot of the creative, just generally creative industry, and a lot of the personas and different types of people. And I found that very funny. I thought that he did such a good job of depicting these different sorts of stereotypical characters, but they're real. Like, they very much exist. Yeah, just very, very good. I think I've mentioned before that Aidan is Glaswegian and went to a school very near mine, and I'm sure we went to the same parties, like not all the time, but I'm sure I definitely have met him a couple of times when I was maybe like 17, 18. But anyway, I think that's all for me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Ray tonight. So the next clip you see will probably be me at Ray with Molly. How amazing Ray was. She created such a versatile performance. On one hand, it felt like you were in a jazz bar, and then it felt like you were in a theatre, and then it felt like you were in a nightclub. And to create such diversity within 2.5 hours is wild. So really amazing. I realise that I can't put any clips from it, so I'll just put a picture because obviously it'll be copyrighted. So, and I don't have the rights, sadly, to her music. But she did some amazing... in fact, maybe I can put one clip just of the orchestra. She did some new songs, some of which I absolutely loved, and then some which were slower and sadder. And I think I need to be, you know, listening to them on a walk or in the car. I think it's quite difficult to fully get the... I don't know. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to listen to a song a few times for it to feel familiar and then relatable, or, you know, you can really feel the lyrics. But yeah, absolutely loved it. And yeah, really, really nice evening. Albeit it was so bleak outside weather-wise, but that is irrelevant. I think it was just so nice to feel... I think she seems like such a lovely person, and I think a lot of what she said, without being overly political, I think were really pertinent and really important messages without it becoming too sort of preachy. She had such a nice balance, and I like the incorporation of the storytelling within the concert to kind of give some context to her new music and her new album. And I hadn't appreciated she's an independent artist, so I mean, she will have funded a lot of this tour, her album, everything, who she pays, having, I don't know, like a 20-piece orchestra. I need to actually count, but it was phenomenal. And I think I have a huge amount of, I had a huge amount of respect for her before, but even more so now. I think just, you know, albeit she'll get paid a lot for the sales of the tickets, I'm sure these venues take a huge cut and Ticketmaster take a huge cut and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, really amazing. So glad that we went, and I think it was so much fun. And I realised when I was there, and Molly and I were speaking about this today, that I feel like we're so lucky. We have each other. We have so much fun. I have lovely friends. I'm really grateful for the life that I have. I think there was a feeling though that there's a level of fun that I feel like we're not having in terms of experiencing different cultures and different places and new people. And I don't know, I think obviously life isn't a holiday, but I just feel like we're sort of missing that element of, I don't know, just diversity, I think, of different experiences. Anyway, that's a tangent. Today is Saturday, and we went out for a lovely walk. Again, went to Burnfield Bakery, which I'm a huge fan of. I think the people there are just so nice. So if anyone's watching from Burnfield Bakery, yeah, you're fab. And yeah, I'm just editing some videos, and we're going to have a Chinese tonight. So yeah, a really nice day ahead. Tomorrow we'll go to the West End, and we're going to see If I Had Legs I'd Kick You with Rose Byrne, or Byrne, I'm sure it's Byrne. She's been nominated for Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress for the Oscars, and the BAFTAs are on tomorrow night. So all good things. Anyway, I'm rambling now. That's nice.
Good.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw. You're so fun. Oh. Oh, never mind. We thought that was going to look really nice and spring-like, but they look dead, so bye. Oh, I've got this in some, what used to be Bakery 287 is now Zener, which is very nice. Different, but it doesn't replace.
Oh my god, this is the best cookie in the world.
Is it better than Burnfield?
Just don't talk like that. They're both great in their own way.
That was very theatrical. You happy, Moles?
Mine.
That's yours, yeah. Okay, and it's not rained yet, so today is awesome, but we are just have wee eczema. Bye!
Bosh.
Bosh, bish bash
Bosh.
bosh. Look who I bumped into. What day is it today, Moles?
Tuesday.
Tuesday afternoon,
Meant to be in work.
but instead we're
Oh.
here.
God. Right, get these.
Zener. Very nice. So I have just come on to basically bring this vlog to an end. I sound very formal. I just had my final phototherapy session, so that marks 35. So that's been over 4 months. I'm actually really glad that that's now come to an end. I definitely saw the most benefit maybe around December, January, and actually over the past month I've kind of found it's been more irritating than actually beneficial. So I feel a bit sort of bittersweet about it coming to an end, because I'm feeling my skin's irritated again, and I'll quickly show you. So there you go. I know it doesn't look like much, but I know it's the start of something. So I don't know. I'm on one hand hoping it could actually just be a bit of prickly heat / irritation from the UVB, and actually my skin just needs to, have a few weeks of not having the phototherapy. Or it could just be my urticaria, eczema is just kind of coming back on full effect. So yeah, we'll see. I'm trying not to be too negative, but I think I'm just a bit kind of disappointed that the day that the phototherapy ends is the day I'm finding I'm the most irritated. I don't know, it's interesting. So that's that. And I took some flowers, and I'll just show you a picture, because I went to record it in the car and I realised I didn't have my SD card in it, so I'm using... Anyway, you don't need to know that, but I took flowers and a card to the dermatology department, and then I got this really nice box of shortbread in a really nice tin, and I'll actually show you... I didn't take a picture, because I had the card over it, but I'll show you the tin. It's so nice, for the parking attendant, who made my life so much easier, because the first day I went, in October, he saw that I was so stressed and I couldn't get a parking space, and he let me in the car park that I shouldn't have really been allowed in. Anyway, he made my life so much easier. So I got him a little gift and a card, and... yeah, we'll see. I've got an appointment next month, just a checkup. So I think the next month will be the most sort of telling as to how successful this treatment was. I also have my bloods, which I'm getting taken tomorrow. As I mentioned, that it wasn't successful. So I'll get them tomorrow, and then I should get the sort of results for them in a few weeks. So I'll have updates. I'm not sure if you will be interested, but that's that. I will include those in next month. Yeah, I hope that you've had a nice February, and I shall see you in March with blood results. So, yeah. Anyway, bye.